Go interactive with X-Ray, where we bring trading experts to you live in the platform. Choose sessions, watch live market analysis, and catch up on your favorite market insights anytime. Ask questions and go one-to-one with leading experts on gold, oil, FX, crypto, indices, and equities. X-Ray, your very own analysis team, right at your fingertips. That's higher trading from MarketsX. Discover how some of the top executives are trading their own companies with our Insider Trades tool. See who's been buying or selling stock and what their trades say about insider sentiment. Use this unique big data tool to make more informed stock trades. That's higher trading from MarketsX.
And we're live. Boom. What's happening, people? Good morning, America, and welcome everyone to our live stream. Good afternoon, Europe as well. It's St. Andrew's Day today, so big happy name day to all the Andrews and Andreas out there. I hope you all had a lovely Thanksgiving holiday, and I hope that you're ready for another hot trading week. Here's what's happening in the markets today, 30th of November, 2020. U.S. stocks are seen opening lower today, with the Dow Jones down 176 points pre-opening. Crude oil futures pushed higher today, trading above the $45 mark once again. Gold futures continue the losses today, guys, trading as low as $1,774 an ounce. And Bitcoin is testing again the 19,500 level, with potential to break the all-time high, $20,000 at some point today. There is potential to it. And in case you missed the announcement last week, guys, we are broadcasting on our new YouTube channel. You can find the link in the description down below. Feel free to like, share, subscribe, and support us in delivering more great content. This show is proudly sponsored by our partners at Markets.com. U.S. Markets Open, coming up. Right, good morning, lovely people, and happy Monday once again. We are broadcasting also on 9 international podcast sources, and we had quite a few listeners from the US in the past few days. So I'm going to take this opportunity to thank every single one of you for listening to us and encouraging us in delivering more great content. You can listen to us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and all the other major directories. Just search for InstructFX and you will find us. Welcome to the US trading session, everyone. Today, I want to show you something beautiful, something amazing, something you probably haven't seen before, something that could make your life much easier. I want to show you an amazing trading platform that does almost everything for you. And I will have the man that knows almost everything about the platform apart from building it joining us in the next few minutes, guys. Now, I want to go over the top 5 things to know in the markets today. We had quite a busy day, and the US is reopening after a long weekend. We had the Thanksgiving weekend, which lasted for about 4 days, guys. It started Thursday last week. So we're going to have a big US opening. And again, other news, more news coming from the States. Meanwhile, if you're struggling with anything, if you need a bit of help, if you need a bit of guidance, type your comments, guys. Let us know what you're struggling with, and I'll do my best to take the questions at the end of every broadcast. Now, let's start with top 5 things to know in the markets today, guys, and then we're going to open the channel for my guest to join us. Number 1 on the board, and very important news, OPEC gathers today. The Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries kicks off a 2-day meeting that will have a huge influence on oil prices for the foreseeable futures. Oil prices have rallied sharply over the last month as investors have bought into the narrative that widely available vaccines will give people across the world more confidence to travel next year after the biggest ever drop in global consumption in 2020. The group has to decide whether the improved outlook for demand actually warrants the 1.9 million barrels a day increase in production that OPEC and its allies have penciled for January 1st, or if they're going to delay it based on almost no demand, or very little to no demand on crude oil markets, as well as a saturated market. Now, Newswire reports over the weekend reinforced the consensus that the group may delay the increase for up to 3 months in view of the second wave of pandemic hitting Europe and North America. However, the recent surge in prices has raised the risk that one or more producers or producer groups will break the ranks. Let's see what's going to happen. Number 2 on the board, guys. China blacklist expanded to include CNOOC and SMIC. The outgoing Trump administration is set to add one of the world's biggest chip makers and China's second largest oil producer to a blacklist of companies off limits to U.S. partners, according to Reuters. The news agency reported at the weekend that the administration will add China National Offshore Oil Corporation and Semiconductor Manufacturing International, China Construction Technology Co. Ltd. and China International Engineering Consulting to a list of companies controlled by the Chinese military, which already has 31 names on it. The report hasn't been confirmed by either government yet. However, CNOOC stock fell 14% in response to the move. Let's remember, guys, China's economy is the only economy around the world that seems to be doing well as things stand right now, that seems to be picking up. So this is a big hit for China. All right, I'm getting messages that our guest for today is ready. We're gonna get back to him in the next couple of minutes. Let's finish reading this article and see what are the top 5 things to know in the markets today, guys. Right. The U.S. has already leaned heavily on the Dutch government to ensure that ASML, which makes the machines that make the world's high-performance chips, can sell them to SMIC, the Chinese company. Elsewhere in the chip sector, Monday, Taiwan's Global Wafers agreed to buy Germany's Siltronic for an amount of $4.5 billion. All right. Let's see. It's very interesting, guys, what's going on with China and with the blacklist from UK. We saw 2 weeks ago that more and more Chinese companies are listed on that blacklist, which so far has 31 names on it. Let's see where are we going to take it from here. Number 3 on the board, stocks are set to take a breather after muted holiday weekend. U.S. stocks are set to open lower on today, with international accounts reportedly taking profits at the end of a bumper month. By 6:30 a.m. Eastern Time, the Dow 30 futures contract was down 160 points, or 0.6%, while the S&P 500 futures were down 0.4%. Nasdaq futures were flat on the other hand. Stocks likely to be in focus today include the S&P Global, which has reported by the Wall Street Journal to be close to buying data and analytics firm HS Market for about $44 billion. Wow, another amazing purchase by another company. The market will also need to absorb data from the weekend that suggested a big fall in overall spending at the holiday weekend. Adobe Analytics suggested that footfall in U.S. malls and stores fell by some 50% from last year. Wow, amazing. Something unlikely to be compensated in full by a 22% rise in online spending. Yeah, let's not forget we had the Black Friday or the Black Friday weekend, and that was big. So apparently this didn't go as well as last year. Number 4, Zoom to report. Very good day for stocks, guys. One of the market's favorite stay-at-home plays reports earnings after the closing bell today. Zoom Video Communications is expected to report earnings per share of 76 cents on revenue of $693 million. That would represent an 8-fold rise in profit on a 4-fold rise in revenue. So keep an eye on the stocks, guys. Stock traders, keep an eye on these stocks. Also, Tesla, guys, is potentially doing very well today as it rose pre-market open. Right, and number 5 on the board. Then after that, we're going to welcome my guest for today, guys. President Donald Trump said at the weekend will leave the White House if the Electoral College votes for Joe Biden. Wow, that's a big statement coming from Donald Trump. However, both he and his legal team indicated that they intend to make one list appeal to the federal court to pursue claims of electoral fraud that have been thrown out of 38 of 39 lower courts so far. President-elect Joe Biden, meanwhile, continued to flesh out his economic team. He tapped labor economist Cecilia Rose to head of Council of Economic Advisors, and Neera Tanden, head of Center for American Progress, to be director in the Office of Management and Budget. Right. Adewale Adeyemo, who served Barack Obama as an international economic advisor, is slated to become Janet Yellen deputy at the Treasury. Right. Okay. Well done. Let's see what's going to happen, guys. Now, I'll tell you what. Let's take 30 seconds. I'm going to welcome my guest for today, and we take it from there. What do you say? All right. We're coming back live in 30 seconds, guys. Stay tuned.
Go interactive with X-Ray, where we bring trading experts to you live in the platform. Choose sessions, watch live market analysis, and catch up on your favorite market insights anytime. Ask questions and go one-to-one with leading experts on gold, oil, FX, crypto, indices, and equities. X-Ray, your very own analysis team, right at your fingertips. That's higher trading from MarketsX. Discover how some of the top executives are trading their own companies with our Insider Trades tool. See who's been buying or selling stock and what their trades say about insider sentiment. Use this unique big data tool to make more informed stock trades.
Right, guys, and we are back. Hi, Neil. Good afternoon. Can you hear us?
Afternoon, Edward. Yeah, I can hear you fine, thanks.
Awesome. Right. So, as promised, guys, we have Neil Wilson from the heart of London once again, from the London financial sector. Happy Monday. Happy name day, if you have anyone called Andrew in the family. How are you today, Neil?
Well, I'm Scottish, so yeah, it's meant to be a day of celebration today, but
exactly.
It's going to be just a normal work day, I think.
Just a normal work day. How normal it is. Let's see how the markets will open today after the long weekend. But today, I want to talk about something amazing. I was telling the viewers, I have something amazing that could make their life much, much easier, which is your amazing trading platform. What do you reckon? I offer it.
Yeah, let's take a look.
All right, let's have a quick look at the trading platform, guys. There it is. You can see it in the right-hand side, big and beautiful, with lovely charts. So, what trading platform is this one, Neil? Is the web-based one, correct?
Yeah, that's the web-based MarketsX platform. So that's our sort of main platform that's available to retail traders and professional traders. It's multi-asset. It's our own technology. We've got lots of tools integrated within the platform, and as you mentioned there, the charts in particular, very very good charting package, which is delivered via TradingView. So we've got, which we consider to be the best charts out there. So customizable, lots of tools, great charts. It's got everything.
Right. Let's start from the left-hand side. So basically, once you create an account, once you go on markets.com and then you create an account, this platform will open. How many platforms do you have?
So we have, in addition, we've got the MarketsX web platform, which is this one. We have our mobile platform, which is being constantly updated. We have a share dealing platform that's for buying physical equities. We have a investment strategy builder, which is a new platform that we're just rolling out. Really, it allows quantitative-based stock investing strategies to be played out. So that's a really interesting one, but one that's maybe for another day, because it is quite different to a normal sort of FX type platform. And then we also, of course, enable people to trade on MT4, MT5 using the same account.
And the MT4, MT5. Wow, you got a lot of platforms. Right, let's have a look at this one, because this one got my attention. It's lovely. You have all the drawing tools next to the charts, all the drawing tools which you would have on investing.com's charts, or trading view charts. They're the same. And in the left hand side, I see your assets are divided by asset classes.
Yeah, so left rail there, you've got various asset classes. We all offer on this platform. There's I think a total of over 2,200 different assets. So there's stocks, indices, FX, commodities. We also do bonds, ETFs, and blends as well, which blends are sort of customized stock baskets that we create that are based around a theme or a particular investor. So you can follow the investment strategy of, say, Warren Buffett or Bill Ackman, or a theme like cannabis stocks or UK high street stocks, that kind of thing. So a wide range of assets to trade there.
That's amazing. I love the looks of it. It's very, very simple, very user friendly. And this white inspires purity, inspires, I don't know, it's very inspiring. I've seen many platforms. Some of them are black, some of them are dark blue. This one is lovely, white, and everything is crystal clear. So you have on your left hand side, you have all the asset classes. Yeah, indices, you have your currency pairs, which are divided to primary, majors, minors, and exotics. Yeah, which makes everyone's life much, much easier if you're looking for a specific currency pair. Then you have your commodities, from what I see here: gold, silver, copper, natural gas, Brent, and crude. Then you have your cryptos, again, quite a few cryptos: Dash, Litecoin, Bitcoin Cash. Yeah, apart from
I think this week we'll be launching, not for UK clients, because obviously there's been a ban by the FCA on crypto trading in the UK, but for everyone else, we're launching, I think, 10 more cryptos that are going to be live this week. So keep your eyes open for that one as well.
Tell us about the ban. What happened? When did that happen?
So earlier this year, the FCA, which is the regulator in the UK for trading and investing, it issued a ban, effectively preventing any kind of trading on crypto derivatives for UK residents. And so that is taking effect, I believe, towards the end of this year, early next year. And we're taking steps already to make sure that we're not marketing those products in the UK, as it simply won't be allowed to you won't be allowed to trade them. So, but it has a small impact. But I think crypto, although we've got cryptos, Bitcoin trading at record highs again, the interest in crypto trading has just not been as high this time as it was 3 years ago. It's been an interesting sort of move based on a lot of institutional buying, but the retail crowd has been a bit slow to catch up to this. And I think we could see some retail traders coming back in sooner, but so far it seems to have been a largely institutional move.
Yeah. Even Bloomberg was announcing last week that retail traders started coming onto the market now, but the default, let's say, was kept by companies so far in terms of trading volume. We're looking at Bitcoin currently trading at $19,632. We are so close.
That's the futures, is it?
Yes, that's so close from the 20,000 mark. And what I like is that this time Bitcoin traded higher than the other two highs, which gives me a lot of confidence that potentially today we're going to see Bitcoin reaching $20,000 once again.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like there's a lot of I guess a lot of momentum there, and a lot of people just willing it to get there. So I think be very surprised if it doesn't take that level out.
Me too. I said it today. I was looking at the rebound that Bitcoin took, and I said it today. If it's going to trade higher than 19.5, we're going to see the 20,000 mark. If it's going to settle above the 19.5. Now, going back to your lovely trading platform, at the bottom here, I see you have some lovely trading signals. Tell us more about the trading signals.
Yes, so those are signals for our US equities that we offer. Those signals come via our tip rank suite of tools. So that's analyst recommendations. You can find there's much more detailed information on those signals within the tools section. So you can find the analyst recommendations, insider trades, hedge funds, and some others. But the analyst recommendations tool, for example, it just aggregates and presents all the latest analyst upgrades, downgrades, price target changes, and so on, and provides a consensus view of what the street thinks of a particular stock. The insider trades and the hedge fund trades are based on data that comes from the SEC in the US, and it basically assimilates the aggregate buying and selling of shares by insiders. In the case of the insiders trade, so that's the chief executives and CFOs and so on, whether they've been buying or selling stock. And then the hedge funds one obviously looks at the likes of Warren Buffett and Bill Ackman and others who are either buying more of one stock, selling down another stock, and so that produces a signal which is based on the sort of aggregated data that comes from these sources. As you get a signal, a bullish or bearish signal based on analysts, a bullish bearish signal based on insiders, and so on, and it all just sort of combines to give you a sort of view of the sentiment around a particular stock on any given day.
All right. Looks amazing so far. Looks amazing. And by the looks of it, you're getting signals from everywhere, and the platform is centralizing the signals.
Yeah, it all harnesses it in there in that tool. If you go into the tools section, I think that's in the top right there with the dots, the sort of 9 dots or whatever it is, you'll find that's the full drop down of tools, and you get the insider trades, analysts, hedge funds. I think it was bloggers' opinions and news sentiment as well. So there's lots of different things there, all being pulled together.
There we go. I'm on insider trading thing right now. It's legit, yeah, because the name suggests something else.
Yeah, it's insiders, as in corporate insiders, who are those essentially board members that own the stock. So they, in most cases, we class the buying and selling as uninformative. So it's got no real market impact. It could be because of an options program that they have, or it could be because they've decided to sell some stock because they need to pay for a divorce or whatever it is. And you get in amongst those, you get one or two informative signals, and they're the ones to watch. So that's when, for example, Mark Zuckerberg sold a ton of Facebook stock a couple of years ago.
Yep.
Just before the stock crashed. It came about a week later, or a couple of days later, and that tool actually had signaled that because it flagged that selling activity as an informative sell, and therefore likely to mean that he knew something might be coming around the corner.
I'm with you. And now I'm looking at something else, analyst recommendations.
Yeah, so this just pulls the data from all the big banks and brokers on Wall Street who cover US stocks, and it provides a star rating based on whether they are, how good an analyst they are, essentially, what their track record is on calling stocks over the last few years. You get your buy and sell and hold signals. You get a consensus view on the stock based on all the analysts that are covering it, and you get price targets and potential upside or downside based on those price targets. So you can then set alerts that are related to these tools. So if the analysts decide to, if the consensus on a particular stock changes, you can get an alert that tells you when that consensus changes.
That is amazing. I'm really, I'm charmed by it. It's really looks really nice. And now the question that probably everyone is asking: how accurate are these signals?
Well, I don't think we commit to to any particular accuracy on them as such, but they do. They are the signals that are being presented from bona fide analysts. For example, analysts. These are the Piper Sandlers. These are the Bank of America, Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan analysts, and what they're saying on the stock. So we're not we're essentially neutral. We present them as ideas, and but those ideas come from from other sources, essentially, and therefore we sort of stand apart, and we just present those ideas to the clients and and let them make their own decisions.
I'm with you, but they are, I mean, in general, they are above 50% accurate. Yeah, because we have third parties out there providing trading signals up to 80% accuracy sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't know the exact details on that, but you know, they are factual. They're presented as fact in as much as they are a signal that comes from a particular source. It's not, you can't assume that it's always going to be accurate, but
I know the signal is not a magic
signal.
formula. I know it's not a magic formula, but
Sometimes it's not a
sometimes
magic one. We can't just tell people when to buy and when to sell. That's the thing. So if it were that easy, then everyone would be
something else. Yes, and we become something else, which the regulators don't really agree with. Right, what is happening so far today? We saw amazing news that UK and EU are potentially this close of signing a Brexit deal, as long as EU agrees with the fishing rights.
Yeah, I think we're close. Fishing rights maybe are the last stumbling block, but you know, I think we'll get a deal this week. I would be surprised if there's not an announcement. I thought we might get something over the weekend, but they kept it quiet, and I think we're looking at a deal, as I say, announced by the end of this week. They may decide to wait for markets to close. I'm not sure, but equally, it probably doesn't really matter. We sort of roughly know what's happening. It's not going to be a major surprise. It's just simply going to be it's quite a directional shift. You have quite an asymmetric sort of view on this. It's either you know, sterling either moves heavily down on a no deal or heavily higher on a deal. And one thing we probably know for sure is that current pricing at about 133 on cable is probably not accurate, in that in a week or 2 weeks, whenever we get the announcement, it's going to be significantly different to that price. It's just a sort of weighted average, essentially, of 140 on a deal and 120 on a no deal, and then your percentage likelihood of getting to either outcome. So I think, you know, at 133, it suggests that the market thinks the deal is more likely than not, because it's closer to 140. But it's still up in the air. We still rely on the politicians to get this agreement.
True. Remember last week we were looking at the pound, and we were looking at the pound on a large scale, and we saw potential for the pound to go all the way up to 140. What was it? 143. 44, somewhere there in that region, because we had a 200 moving average on a weekly or a monthly chart. So there is great potential for the pound to do well. We saw the European currencies doing well today. We saw the euro flying through the roof, and the pound pushed high as well up to a point, and then it started retracting. What have you got for us today? Do you have anything hot for us today?
Well, we have the OPEC meeting, and I think that's really something that needs to be watched. You know, we think they're probably going to get a deal. They're probably going to agree to extend the current level of cuts by 3 months. So that will mean 2 million barrels per day less on the market than otherwise would occur. I think if they allow the extra 2 million onto the market, it will be very damaging for pricing, especially if the market is essentially working on the basis that they've already got this agreement. I think there's some dissent. The United Arab Emirates and Kazakhstan in particular dissenting, I think, on a meeting call last night. But I think Saudi Arabia and Russia will strong arm them into an agreement here, and I think we will get an agreement on that. Whether or not it supports crude prices, it's hard to say. I think a lot of the positivities from vaccines is already baked in. I think near term it's susceptible to pullbacks because of inventory builds, as we see demand not really coming through. And if you get a sort of more lockdowns in the US in particular, that would be a problem. I think gasoline inventories have been building, although some of the inventory, the sort of headline crude inventories have been mixed, and we've seen drawdowns and then builds and back and forth. A lot of that's been to do with the hurricanes that have been hitting the Gulf of Mexico and affecting refinery runs and so on. I think the key thing to look at is that gasoline inventory, and that seems to be creeping higher, and that just raises a worry that US gasoline demand, which is 10% of the market and 10% of global demand for crude oil, is US gasoline. It's a problem. So I think you're susceptible to, as I say, inventory builds spooking the market, even with an OPEC deal. But I guess the bullish surprise would be if OPEC agrees to a more significant cut, to extend for longer, or maybe even increase the amount that they're cutting, that they're removing from the market, so produce even less. But I think that's a very small chance of happening.
Let's see what Russia has to say about it, because Russia plays a heavy part in these talks with OPEC. Let's see what's going to happen. Moderna filed earlier on today, if I'm not mistaken. They filed for getting their license for the vaccine as soon as possible. So that might push Moderna a bit higher today. Nothing really big in the economic calendar today. Probably the markets are still in Thanksgiving mode.
Yeah, I think not a huge amount. We're obviously non-farm payrolls this week will be watched. But yeah, the economic calendar is a bit light, and I think there are some corporate earnings. There's Zoom. We've just heard that Salesforce is buying up Slack, which makes perfect sense given the sort of nature of the two companies. Slack shares were up just before the market opened. They were up quite strongly pre-market, so I'll see if they continue to rally. But not a huge amount. As I said, I think OPEC is probably the main thing. So for trading WTI and Brent contracts, there's a bit of interest there
for the first half of the week, and then towards the end of the week, we're going to have the NFP numbers.
That's it. And Brexit, hopefully.
And Brexit again, the never-ending Brexit. I'm starting to get used to it. After 4 years, I feel like I'm part of Brexit. Because about it for so long. Right. Okay. So we're going to keep an eye on a few stocks. Again, well done for your trading platform. I absolutely love it. It's amazing. It looks amazing. It behaves amazing. And I'm dying to see the other trading platforms as well, because you guys have quite...
we can take a look in due course. I guess that the share dealing platform is well worth looking at, and the investment strategy builder needs some explanation, but it's a very interesting one as well.
Just a quick one. So traders, can they physically purchase shares with you guys, not just trade them as CFD?
I believe except for Australia, I think is the only place where currently we don't offer it. But yes, you sign up. You can just simply open an account in the top right. If you do the drop down for accounts and add a new account, you add a share dealing account, and you have a different platform. But it allows you to buy physical equities. So it's unleveraged. It's in proper investing platform where you don't pay commissions for the first 3 months, but thereafter you may pay some commissions, and there's capital gains tax in the UK, of course, as with all physical share dealing. So it's a relatively new product, but one that's growing all the time.
Right, I'm with you. Neil, thank you ever so much. Happy Monday once again. I'll talk towards the end of the week. Let's see what's going to happen. I'm expecting for things to happen as well. America had 25 announcements last Wednesday. I believe they just fired off all the announcements for the month. So I'm not really expecting new ones until, I don't know, Wednesday, let's say, ahead of crude oil inventories.
Well, hopefully it'll be quiet enough.
Right. Neil, thank you ever so much for being with us today. I'll talk to you in a couple of days towards the end of the week. Right, guys, we had Neil Wilson with us, Chief Market Analyst at markets.com. Amazing guy, amazing presentation. He showed us their amazing trading platform. Now, I have an idea. Let's see how the markets open today after the long weekend, the long Thanksgiving weekend, and see what trading signals do we have. What do you say? All right. We're coming back live in 30 seconds with the signals of the day, guys. Stay tuned.
Discover how some of the top executives are trading their own companies with our Insider Trades tool. See who's been buying or selling stock and what their trades say about insider sentiment. Use this unique big data tool to make more informed stock trades. That's higher trading from MarketsX.
Right, and we are back as promised with the charts of the day. Let's see how the markets open and what's expected to happen today, 30th of November 2020. We're looking at crude oil futures, guys, which are trading to the downside half an hour into the U.S. markets open, 45.27 for crude oil right now. It seems to be ranging for quite a bit. Let's remember OPEC entered the 2-day meeting today and OPEC Plus. So hopefully we're going to get more results and more news in the upcoming hours or tomorrow. As things stand right now, crude oil futures are trading at 45.27 with potential to the downside. So have a look at 44.73, guys, as the previous low, somewhere in that region, 44.64, 44.70, somewhere there if you decide to go short on crude oil futures. Remember, the markets are unpredictable, and what I'm telling you here is not investment advice. Oil price could go either way. I'm just showing you the charts. However, looking at it right now, if it's going to continue this red candlestick and this downward movement, we might very likely see crude oil trading around the 44.60, 44.70 to the downside overnight. Let's move on to the most traded currency pair in the world, guys, which is creating higher highs as things stand right now. 119.97 for Euro USD. Only 3-4 pips below the 120 flat versus the US dollar. Very, very good rally for the euro today. Very good rally for the euro the entire week last week, apart from this massive drop that you see here, which happened on the 23rd, exactly 1 week behind. But since then, have a quick look at this lovely, lovely uptrend, guys. Very good uptrend for the euro US dollar. We're looking at the pound, which again had a, let's say, similar path. It's been trading sideways in the last, since Thursday, Friday, from what we see here. Good swings ups and downs, good opportunities for a lot of traders. It pushed a bit higher today, but not like the euro. 133.71 for the pound right now. We see the pound a bit shy, half an hour into the U.S. trading session, but there is potential, guys. There is potential. Short term, I might say 133.96 level is eyed for the upside, and for the downside, we're looking at 133.28, somewhere there. 133.69 as things stand right now. We saw a big push that happened an hour ago, and now the markets are retracting. It's very important how this candlestick closes and how the other one opens. Let's see. Will we see a push to the upside, or will we see a push to the downside? Very good ranging market right now for GBP USD. Here, remember, guys, buy low, sell high. This is how trading works. So if you're not sure about what might happen, you can wait until the pound either pushes higher to 133.94 or somewhere there and then turns around, or see if it's going to break that level and settle even higher. USD JPY 104.25 for the USD versus the Japanese yen. Big rally in the last 3-4 hours. We saw a big push from the US dollar. Let's see what's going to happen. Let's see what's going to happen from here. We're going to have a look at some trading signals in a couple of minutes, and maybe things will improve a bit. Now, the Aussie dollar versus the US dollar. We can see the Aussie dollar giving back all the gains it had Thursday and Friday. Currently trading at 0.7379 with potential towards the downside, but it depends how the US dollar decides to act today. Wow, have a look at USD CAD. Sharp drop for the USD CAD, 129.30. As things stand right now, we see the USD CAD testing a very important support level, where the price is now at 129.35. What's going to happen if the US dollar continues the downtrend and breaks even lower? I'm trying to find another spot, and by the looks of it, guys, the US dollar is trading at its lows right now. Maybe if I go on a daily chart, yes, now I can find a lower low, for example. So 129.35 as things stand right now. Very important support level. If this support level will be broken, probably traders will eye for the 128 flat or somewhere there, where that's the previous low. Right. Let's move on to the S&P 500, guys, and the Dow Jones, which had a negative opening today. Wow, okay, we see a bit of a drop right now. Right, nothing really big happened yet. Nothing really big, nothing out of the ordinary. However, there is a negative opening today on the Dow Jones and the S&P 500. Wow. We're looking at the Dow Jones taking a bigger hit than S&P 500 to the downside. 29,665 right now for the Dow Jones. Let's see what's going to happen. Quick look at the US dollar index, guys, which again is accelerating the downtrend, and we see trading lower hour by hour, 91,560 for the US dollar index right now. There is potential to the downside. However, we see a gap somewhere there in the left if you look carefully. So let's see what investors will feel like today. Either they're going to push a bit higher towards the 91.84 to close the gap and we take it from there, or the US dollar index will continue the downtrend. Gold futures, guys, are trading at their lows, 1778.75 for gold futures right now, with again great potential to the downside. We might see gold testing once again the 1770 or 1750. Even lower. Brent oil futures, 47.92 for European oil. Again, a negative market opening. Nothing really happened. I don't have the technical indicators on the charts, guys, so I can't really give you more help than that. I will have a look at the trading signals in a minute. We're looking at Bitcoin, guys, trading only a few dollars below the $20,000 mark. 19,600 for Bitcoin as things stand right now. And we see a tremendous push that happened a few hours ago. For the last 4 hours, guys, 5 hours, Bitcoin is only pushing to the upside. We are only $400 away from the all-time high, the 20,000 mark. Bitcoin can do it. $400 for Bitcoin is nothing. We can do this within 10 minutes, 20 minutes. We might see Bitcoin hitting the 20,000 mark as things stand right now. $19,624 as we speak. Bitcoin has gained $24. Wow, great potential. Now I'm curious to see what's going to happen after. Are we going to see a big pullback? Is the price going to settle above the 20,000 mark? Only time will tell. Ethereum, meanwhile, guys, is trading at $606.01. It gained over $150, guys, from Friday till today. Amazing push for Ethereum as well to the upside. 620 is eyed for Ethereum right now as the previous high, 62053. Okay, but again, that is nothing. If we're going to see Bitcoin gaining another $400, another $370 as things stand right now, I'm sure Ethereum can gain $14 in no time. Great potential to the upside for Bitcoin today. $19,639. Only $60 away from the all-time high, guys. Hopefully, we're going to witness the all-time high today. Let's have a quick look at some trading signals and see what analysts at investing.com are thinking about the markets. We see the Euro USD and the GBP USD in strong buy signals on all 4 time frames. We see the USD JPY in a strong buy on only 3 time frames. The daily remains a strong sell. We're looking at USD CHF with 3 strong buy signals. And USD CAD with 4 strong sell signals. So as things stand right now, guys, the US dollar, USD CHF, USD CAD is set to drop. Euro USD and GBP USD are set to push higher. In the same time, we're looking at the Kiwi dollar. 4 strong buy positions against the US dollar. The Kiwi dollar, again, has great potential to the upside today. And as we get to the bottom of the chart, Euro JPY, strong sell on all 4 time frames. Euro CHF, strong buy, guys. Strong buy. The euro is set to strengthen against the US dollar, against the Japanese yen, and against the Swiss franc, the CHF. In the same time, the pound is set to strengthen versus the Japanese yen with 4 strong buy positions. And the pound is set to strengthen against the Swiss franc with only 3 strong buy positions. But again, we have all green on the chart. Okay, the markets are doing a bit better today, guys. Happy Monday, everyone. Finally, we get a clear direction, a bit of direction. Quick look at commodities. Maybe we can get even a clearer signal. Gold and silver futures have strong buy positions on 2 time frames, on a 5-minute and a 15-minute chart. The daily remains a strong sell, though. Copper is neutral. Nothing goes on apart from a strong buy on a daily chart. Crude oil, WTI, and Brent oil have 3 strong buys on 15 minutes, hourly, and daily. The 5-minute one remains neutral. Natural gas, 4 strong buy positions on natural gas, and US with 4 strong sell positions. This is what's happening today, guys. Amazing market opening today with Bitcoin so close, only $40, $50, $60 from reaching the all-time high. There we go. $19,626 for Bitcoin as we speak. Less than $400 away from the all-time high, guys. Join me again tomorrow morning for another round of market talks. And who knows, maybe we're going to celebrate Bitcoin reaching the all-time high once again. Until then, guys, remember to trade responsibly and may all your trades be in the money. Take care.